everybody, and welcome to this tapping session on guilt. And so, what we're going to do is we're going to go through and we're going to acknowledge the guilt that we are carrying now. This can be guilt that other people have put on you. People have made you feel guilty, even though you may have made a decision that was right for you. However, they've still put their opinion forth and made you feel guilty. You may have said something to somebody and you wish you hadn't. Now you're feeling guilty because you may have hurt their feelings. There's all forms of way of carrying guilt. And so today I want to take you through, and I'm going to recognize or bring out a couple of instances or a couple of comments that may refer to the guilt that you're carrying. If those comments don't apply to you, please don't be scared of saying them. If you don't want to say them, you don't have to. Because I do ask you to repeat after me as we go through my tappings. The science behind tapping proves that it has nothing to do with the law of attraction. You cannot draw in what we're talking about. We are acknowledging something that already exists in you. And these guilty feelings could go back from childhood. You could have been made to feel guilty from your parents or your brothers or sisters. You could be feeling guilty because you walked away from a very toxic environment, relationship, job, whatever, that was no good for you, and yet you still feel guilty about choosing yourself, even though that was for your betterment. There's so many different forms of guilt. We all walk with them, and some of us, we carry them for many, many years. Others of us, we may say something to somebody and feel really bad, and if we do, we can tap on that straight away because your soul knows you didn't mean it. And the fact that you're feeling guilty means that you're a good person and you do have remorse. And so you need to forgive yourself and to remove that feeling of guilt. We all make boo-boos, mistakes. Here in Australia, where I reside, as you know, my name is Linda Williams. Boo-boo means mistake, so I often say that. And I've made plenty of boo-boos, believe you me. So everyone, let's get into it, shall we? We're doing a series of tappings on various emotions, and this one is for guilt. Just trust you're safe with me, with us, work with spirit. And we're going to go through and we're going to acknowledge it. The first thing we're going to do is acknowledge. And this is the karate chop. This is acupressure, a form of acupuncture in a different way. It's a touching system. And we're working with the meridians. And so when we tap here on the karate chop, we're waking the body up and saying, hey, we're about to make some change. And so the body is going to sit up and listen. And what we're going to do is we're going to start off with acknowledging first. So let's do that. I have guilt in my body. I am carrying guilt. Even though I have this guilt, I accept myself. Doesn't matter what side you tap on, it makes no difference. Both talk to each other. Even though I have this guilt, I deeply and completely accept myself. I accept myself. Even though I'm carrying this guilt, and I've been carrying this guilt for a long time, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. And so we do everything in lots of three, and now the body is listening. And we're going to give this feeling that we've started to stir up, we're going to give it a number from 1 to 10, 10 of course being the highest. And so to do that, I want you to think about why you're feeling guilty and what it is that you need to tap on and that makes you feel like this. You could have said something to somebody and you've hurt them. You could have, as I said, you may have walked away from a relationship for your betterment and your life has improved and you're much healthier and happier, but you've been made to feel guilty. So think about it. And as we tap, I want you to visualize what it is you're feeling guilty about. Because I'm going to keep the wording very simple. However, I want you to visualize your story. Okay? Visualize yourself as you see yourself saying that to that person or taking that action. Right, so let's go about. I'm going to take my glasses off because we do tap around the eye area. So let's start. And we tap on the eyebrow here. And we tap, and as we tap, we say, all of this guilt in my body. And we go around the side here to the side of the eye. And I use this finger because this is the light finger. We don't need to tap heavily. All of this guilt that I'm feeling. And then we come under the eye, all of this guilt in my body, all of this guilt that I'm experiencing. We go under the nose, all of this guilt in my body. Under the chin here, on the bottom of the chin here, all of this guilt that I'm feeling. Of course, I always tap both the collarbones, but you can tap just one if you wish. I usually do it like this for some reason. The collarbone is the fear meridian. All of this guilt that I'm feeling. And you can say all of this guilt and fear if you're feeling fearful as well around that. You can do that. But all of this guilt, my body. Under the armpit, I usually just curl my fingers a little bit so that I can get in there. And all of this guilt in my body. And of course, we go to the top of the head, which is the assimilation, all of this guilt. Take a deep breath. We go back around again, visualize the situation. See yourself in the moment of the guilt feeling. If you said something to somebody, if you were made to feel guilty, somebody used to make you feel guilty, a parent or a sister or brother, go back to that time. If this goes back to when you were young, go back to it and see it taking place and how it made you feel. Even if you could remember their words, even if you don't remember their words, you can still remember how they made you feel. And we'll tap and we'll say, all of this fear, all this guilt in my body, all of this guilt that I was made to feel, all of this guilt that I was made to feel and think about my actions, all of this guilt in my body, all of the times that I was made to feel guilty, all of the times that I was made to feel the guilty one, all of this guilt in my body, all of this guilt, once more, and think about it, all of the guilt I felt when I had to make that decision, all of the guilt that I still feel, all of the guilt that people are making me feel, blaming me and making me feel guilty, all of the guilt that I've endured, all of this guilt in my body that does not serve me, all of this guilt that at times has created fear, all of this guilt in my body, all of this guilt. And I want you to take a deep breath. And some of you are going to feel a little bit different. Some of you may even feel a little bit warm. Some of you may just feel different, a little bit different. It's hard to explain sometimes. Others of you may not feel anything yet, so that's possible as well. So now we've acknowledged it, and I want you to think about the number you gave it at the beginning. Did you give it a number 10? Because, from 1 to 10, the 10 being the highest, you could have been a 10. I was about an 8. So I haven't come down a lot yet, but I know I will when I eliminate that feeling. So again, now we're going to start to shift it and we're going to release it. And so we're going to think about it again. We're going to think of our words. We're going to think of our actions. We're going to think of our feelings. We're all different, so we've all experienced guilt in different forms, haven't we? So this is going to tap on all forms of guilt that we've carried, no matter where they've come from. And we're going to release it now. I now choose to release these feelings of guilt. I now choose to release all of these feelings of guilt. I now choose to let these feelings of guilt go. I am releasing those feelings now. I am letting them go. I am now choosing to release these feelings of guilt and fear around that guilt. I'm letting them go. I'm releasing all my fears and feelings of guilt. I'm letting them go. I'm releasing them now. These feelings of guilt that others have made me feel, that I've carried for too long, I'm letting them go. I'm releasing these emotions now, these feelings and emotions of guilt. I'm releasing them now. I'm letting them go. I'm releasing them. I'm letting them go. I'm releasing them, letting them go, releasing them now. Just start to relax, letting them go, releasing them, releasing them, releasing them now, releasing them, releasing them. Take a deep breath. And if you were visualizing what it was that was making you feel guilty, and what it was that others have said to you or done to you, whatever the situation, that is how we talk to that guilt through tapping. If we visualize the situation and then tap on it with the right words, we shift it. For example, if you were a bully, let's say, that when you were younger or whatever, you were part of a bully gang. And you did that probably out of fear of, to join them, because if you didn't, they'd probably bully you. That's often the case. But let's say you were, and you bullied people or a person, and you've been walking with that guilt all those years, for many, many years, and you've this is a remorseful feeling. You're sorry, really sorry, and you're feeling guilty, because guilt is also very often remorse, which means that you care now. You cared, and now you care, and you feel bad, and that means you're a good person. Just know this: you can tap, and you can say, I acknowledge that. I acknowledge that I feel guilty because I know I was a bully. You can say, I'm feeling this guilt because I was a bully, and you can go around and say that. All of this fear, all of this guilt that I'm carrying because I bullied so and so, or I bullied people, or I bullied Mary, or whatever. And then you can eliminate it. You can say, I'm now choosing to free myself of this guilt of being a bully, because I have remorse, because I realize that I'm carrying this guilt because I do care. I'm releasing it now because I feel remorse, so I want to release this guilt that I'm feeling because I feel remorse. So you can eliminate, this feeling that may come from years gone by. We do things when we're young and when we're silly, and sometimes we do things, as I said, out of fear. We join a gang of maybe not the best kids, because we're scared. They make us feel we need to be a part of their gang, otherwise we could get hurt or bullied too. And so sometimes we make the wrong decisions out of fear, but that doesn't mean we're bad. That just happens sometimes. And so it's not right for you to carry this guilt if you were a bully all your life, because now you're a different person. You're a better person. You've learned and you're grown up. And so allow yourself to heal from that. It's not necessary for you to carry the guilt of maybe some of the little mistakes you've made. We've all made them. And if you can release that, you'll feel better. You will feel better because um, in the as you go through the tappings, and as you heal and you get better, um, you can put out prayers to that person that you bullied, even, or you hurt, and you can ask that the universe help to cut the cords so that you can now both move away from that situation for the betterment of both of you, with peace in both hearts. So there are many things you can do. In my psychic development and growth, I'll talk to you about cutting of cords and so on. So everybody, I hope this has helped you with your guilt. Know this: you cannot harm yourself. If you visualize the situation, and this it could be a situation that went on for many years. As a child, you could have been made to feel guilty all the time by parents, brothers, sisters, whatever. And so you've carried it for a long, long time. And so when you start to tap on that, when you visualize it and you tap on it, you're going to get a response. You're going to get some sort of a response. What is the response you got today? What number have you come down to? It's changed, hasn't it? And so you could come down, you could be down now to a 5, which means that there's still maybe a little bit of energy still there sitting within you. And some things could start to surface over the next few days, even a few weeks, even a few hours after you've tapped. And so you say, oh, okay. And the situation that you tapped on, the guilt, the thoughts, and the situation, the visualization may stay with you for a while and you can't get it out of your head. So what do? You tap. It's asking you to tap on me again. Your body's saying, you've shifted some, but I need you to help me a bit more. So how about we do it again? I said, then you make another shift by tapping again on the guilt, because a lot of it could be very deep-seated and there's different forms of guilt. So keep tapping, persevere, commit yourself. This is a self-healing tool. Commit yourself to getting healthy within, not carrying negative stuff, because it's no good for us. It really isn't. Okay? I hope this has helped. Let me know. Please get back to me. I'll get back to you with your comments. If you would like to receive more videos on tapping, psychic development and growth, your weekly messages, the new and full moon videos we do, all the things we do, please subscribe today. Give us a like, and please wait for that. If you wish to tap on other emotions, we do have the other videos there for you as well. In the meantime, keep tapping. It works, believe you me. It's wonderful. It's a wonderful self-healing tool, and it makes a huge difference to your life. It helps you greatly. And so, till next time, bye-bye.